Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपी कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदानेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। बोलो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की जय। बोलो श्रीमद्
Jai
भागवतम की
जय।
जय। हरे कृष्णा जय।
हरे कृष्ण कजन जी, हरे कृष्ण अनिल, हरे कृष्ण ज्योति।
हरे कृष्णा ज्योति।
Hare Krishna.
Alright, so कल हम लोग श्लोक 35 पढ़ रहे थे और जैसा कि हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं इस अध्याय में श्यामभू मनु के डिसेंडेंट्स का वर्णन हुआ है, राइट। सो जैसे श्यामभू मनु हु इज सन ऑफ लॉर्ड ब्रह्मा, जैसा कि हम लोग जानते हैं। श्यामभू मनु हैड 3 daughters, yeah, and 3 daughters. Do you remember the name? 3 daughters of Shambhu Manu. So at least you know one name, right?
देवहूति,
Mother Devahuti, yeah?
Yeah,
Because we read
Devahuti, Prasuti
आकुति,
and
and
Akuti,
Akruti.
yeah? So Akuti, Prasuti and Devahuti, 3 daughters, and all 3 daughters had, you know, children who are like being described. And in fact, the one which we are reading right now is about Mother Devahuti, because Kardam Muni and Mother Devahuti had 9 daughters. Yeah. And their 9 daughters were married to 9 different rishis. And currently we are reading about daughter Shraddha and Angira Muni. Yeah. Just before that, we read about Atri Muni and Ansuya Devi. And we know like they had 3 sons, right? Durvasa Muni, Som, and Dattatreya Bhagavan. So Lord Vishnu, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Now we are reading about Angira Muni and Shraddha. And as we read yesterday, they had 4 daughters and also had 2 sons. One of them was known as Utpatya and the other was learned scholar Brihashpati. Yeah. So Brahmishcha Brihashpati hai. So that's Angira Muni and Shraddha. Okay. And so like this we are reading about all different daughters of Mother Devahuti currently. Yeah. Anilji?
जी हाँ। परस्त्यो जनयत् जनयत्पन्यां मगस्त्यं च हविर्भुवि सोऽन्यजन्मनि दहाग्नि प्रविश्वावाश्च महातपाः। Pulastya begot in his wife Havirbhu one son of the name Agastya, who in his next birth became Dragani. Besides him, Pulastya begot another very great and saintly son whose name was Vishrava. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So we all know about Pulastya Muni. Yeah. Got married to Havirbhuvi. And they had a son, Agastya. Yeah, Agastyam. So and Agastya Muni, and then Agastya in his next birth became Dharagni, and he had a son called Vishwa. Okay. Ajay?
Sure. Tasya yakshpatirdev kuberasatri davidas sutah ravana kumbhakarnam tatha nyasasya vibhishana. Vishnu had two wives. The first wife was Idavida, from whom Kuber, the master of all yakshas, were born, and the next wife was named Keshini, from where three sons were born: Ravan, Kumbhakarna, and Vibhishan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yeah. So you see that Vishwa, yeah, Idvida, and Idvida had Kuber, yeah, the master of all yakshas, and then of course Kesini, mother of Ravan, Kumbhakarna, and Vibhishan. We all know. Yeah. So the name of the mother of Ravan is Kesini. Yeah. And Vishwa is the name of the Rishi, the father Rishi. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Rasiksha Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Jyoti. Prabhuji. Jyoti. Okay, Rasiksha Prabhuji पढ़ेंगे.
Hare Krishna.
पढ़ेंगे.
हाँ. गृहस्य गति भार्याति प्रीणुसूत सती सुतान् कर्म श्रेष्ठं विपरीषां सहिष्णु च महामते. Gati, the wife of the sage Kulha, gave birth to three sons named Karmasreshta, Varyan, and Sahisnu, and all of them were great sages. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण. हाँ, so देखिए पहले जमाने में जो सब थे सारे ऋषि मुनि से शुरू हुआ. Right? This is how the universe started. Lord Brahma, 9 daughters getting married to all the rishis, and then all giving birth to all the great rishis. Yeah. So as we can see, Gati, the wife of Pular, she was the 5th daughter of Kardamuni. She was very faithful to her husband, and all her sons were as good as he. Yeah. Kratorapi kriya bharya valekhilyan suyate rishin shasti shastrani jvalto brahma tejasa. So Kritu's wife Kriya gave birth to 60,000 great sages, named the Valkhilya. All these sages were greatly advanced in spiritual knowledge, and their bodies were illuminated by such knowledge. Yeah. Says here that Kriya was the 6th daughter of Kardamuni, and she produced 60,000 sages. See how the universe expanded, who are known as the Valkhilyas because they all retired from family life as Vanprasthas. Okay, so all 60,000 became Vanprastha. Yeah. Jyoti, are you there?
Yes, I am. I did say Hare Krishna earlier.
Oh, okay, couldn't hear you. Sorry.
Urchayam Jagnire Putra Vasishtasya Parantaham Chitraketu Pradhanasthe Sapta Brahmarshayo Malaha. The great sage Vasishta begot in his wife Urja, sometimes called Arundhati, 7 spotlessly great sages headed by the sage named Chitraketu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so we can like trace down now, right? Like we all know Vasishta Muni, of course, right? and wife named Urja or Arundhati. Yeah, and Chitraketu was their son. Ajay? Unmute Ajay.
I'm sorry. Chitraketu Surochi Vishra Virja Mitra Evacha Udbalo Vasu Bridanyo Duma Shakya Yadeo Pare. The name of these 7 sages are as follows: Chitraketu, Surochi, Viraj, Mitra, Ulbana, Vasu Hirdena, and Duman. Some other were very competent sons were born from Vasish's other wife, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Anilji? Anilji?
जी हाँ चित्तस्थ थर्वणः पत्नी लेवे पुत्रं धृतव्रतं दद्यञ्च मत्स्यशीर्षं भृगोर्वशं निबोध मे Chitti, wife of the sage Athar, gave birth to a son named Ashvasira by accepting a great vow called Dadyancha. Now you may hear from me about the descendants of the sage Bhragu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So this was about Shanti, the 8th daughter of Kardamuni. Yeah. Getting married to Rishi Athar. भृगु है ख्यात्याम महाभाग पत्न्याम पुत्रान जीजनत धातारम च विधातारम श्रियम च भगवत param. So the sage Bhrigu was highly fortunate. In his wife, known as Khyati, he begot 2 sons named Dhata and Vidhata, and 1 daughter named Sri, who was very much devoted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah, so that's Bhrigu Muni. Nasikshan Prabhuji?
आयातिं नियतिं चैव सूते मेरुस्तयोरदात् ताभ्यां तयोर्भवतां मृकण्डः प्राण एव च. The sage Meru has 2 daughters named Ayati and Niyati, whom he gave in charity to Datta and Vidata. Ayati and Niyati gave birth to 2 sons, Markanda and Prana. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. And Jyoti? Jyoti? Jyoti, can you hear? Okay, Ajay.
Markandeyo Mikandasya Pranadved Shira Muni Kavishra Bhargavo Yasya Bhaganao Shuna Sutta. From Markandeya Muni was born, and from Prana, the sage Vedasir, whose son was Usan Shukracharya, also known as Kavi. Thus, Kavi had also belonged to the descendants of Bhrigu dynasty. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Shukracharya, so we know, yeah, was born to Markandeya Muni, and so he's a dynasty of Bhrigu Rishi. Nasikshan Prabhuji?
Na ete munyah chatlokan sarge bhavayan esha kardamado vitra santana katistasva Shurvanta Shraddha Dhanasya Sadhya Papahara Paraha Prastuti Manavi Daksham Upaye Me Hrijatmajaha. Translation. My dear Vidur, the population of the universe was thus increased by the descendant of these sages and the daughter of Kardam. Anyone who hears the description of dynasty with faith will be relieved from all sinful reaction. Another of Manu daughters, known as Prishtu, married to the son Brahma named Daksha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So, my dear Vidur, and who is saying this now?
Maitreya Muni.
Maitreya Muni, yeah. Because Maitreya Muni is now answering the question of Mahatma Vidur, as we know, right? That's going on at Gangatar. So what Maitreya Muni is telling to Mahatma Vidur is how the population of the universe was increased on the order of Lord Brahma. Yeah, Shambhu Manu, son of Lord Brahma, having three daughters, Prasuti, Akuti, and Mother Dehuti. Yeah, and Mother Dehuti had how many daughters?
7.
Nine daughters.
9.
9 daughters.
9 daughters. And we saw like how 9 daughters were married to big rishis, right? We have read about Bhrigu Rishi, Atri Muni, Angira Muni, right? All the big Rishi Munis, their stories are given in Vedas and, at different places. And then how we know like Vishrava Muni was son of Pulastya Muni, right? And Vishrava Muni had sons of like Ravan, Vibhikshan, and Kumbhakaran, right? But then we also saw Atri Muni and Ansuya Muni having son like Dattatreya, Durvasa Muni, and all that. So this is how we can trace down and really relate to the whole thing, like how all the Rishi Munis came in existence, isn't it? And then how we identify ourselves as specific gotras. Yeah, like yesterday we saw like Ajay, yours is Pulastya, right?
Yeah, Kashyap.
Kashyap, sorry. Yeah, Kashyap Gotra, right? And we know Atri Gotra of Sachin. So this is how we can identify ourselves, which was right. And Jyoti's Gotra is Renuka, right, Jyoti? She's still here. So that was very nice. So what it says though is, interestingly, is Shinvatah Shraddhanasya Shadeh Pap Hare Pare. What is being mentioned by Maitreya Muni to Mahatma Guru is that anyone who is hearing about those dynasties, those 9 daughters and the 3 daughters of Shambhu Manu, and how everything came in existence, what happens to them? Shanvatah, if you are listening, Shraddhanasya, with Shraddha, faithful, Shadeh Pap Hare Pare. Yeah, Sare Pap Har Lete Hain is what is being mentioned. Anyone who hears the descriptions of this dynasty with faith will be relieved from all sinful reactions. Yeah. So right now we're reading about Dehuti, and now another of Manu's daughter is Prasuti, and Prasuti got married to Lord Brahma's son named Daksh. Yeah.
Daksh.
We all know Daksh, Maharaja Daksh, right? His story. So Prasuti got married to Maharaja Daksh. So that's what we are reading ahead. Jyoti, are you there? No. Anilji? Anilji? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Anilji, आवाज आ रही है आपको? Looks like there's some communication gap today.
Yeah.
Ajay, पढ़ोगे?
Sure. Tasya Sassarj Duhit Shodash Sham Lalochana Dardharmare Tadhai Kamanye Vibhu. Daksh begot 16 very beautiful daughters with lotus-like eyes in his wife. Of these 16 daughters, 13 were given in marriage to Dharma, and one daughter was Agni. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, yeah. So 13 daughters got married to Dharma and one to Agni. Shiksha Prabhuji.
पितृभ्याम् एका युक्तेभ्यो भावा एका भवक्षिदे श्रद्धा मैत्री दया शांति तुष्टि पुष्टि क्रियोन्नतिः बुद्धि मेधा तितिक्षा ह्रीर्मूर्धि धर्मस्य पत्न्यः श्रद्धा सूत शुभम मैत्री प्रसाद दम भयं दया शांति सुखम मुदम पुष्टिम स्मयं पुष्टिर सूयत योगम क्रियोन्नति दर्पम मर्थम बुद्धिर सूयत मेधा स्मृतिं तितिक्षातुं क्षेमं दीर्घ प्रश्रयं सुतम मृत्युं सर्वगुणोत्पत्ति नर नारायणावृषि. One of the remaining two daughters was given in charity to Pitrilo, where she resides very amicably, and the other was given to Lord Shiv, who is the deliverer of sinful person from material entanglement. The names of the 13 daughters of Daksh who were given to Dharma are Siddha, Maitri, Daya, Shanti, Pushti, Pushti, Kriya, Unnati, Buddhi, Medha, Titiksha, Hari and Murti. These 13 daughters produced the following sons. Shraddha gave birth to Subha. Maitri produced Prasada. Daya gave birth to Abhay. Shanti gave birth to Sukha. And Tushti gave birth to Muda. Pushti gave birth to Samay. Kriya gave birth to Yoga. And Unnati gave birth to Darpa. Buddhi gave birth to Artha. Medha gave birth to Smriti. Titiksha gave birth to Shame. And Hari gave birth to Prasaraya. Murti, as a reservoir of all respectable qualities, gave birth to Sri Narnarayan and Supreme Personality of God. The Supreme Personality of God. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so how it came. So Murti is the daughter of Maharaja Daksh. Yeah, gave birth to Sri Narnarayan. Yeah, and Narnarayan is again nothing but the Supreme Personality of Godhead avatar. Yeah, and of course, as we know, Maharaja Daksh had a daughter, Parvati Mata, who got married to Lord Shiva. Yeah. And Jyoti, are you back?
Yes, I am.
Yes, sir. Yeah, will you read? Yeah.
Yayorjanan maneyadho Vishrumbhyananda Srunivrutham Manamsi Kakobhavataha Prasedoho Saritodrayaha. On the occasion of the appearance of Naranarayana, the entire world was full of joy. Everyone's mind became tranquil, and thus in all directions the air, the rivers, and the mountains became pleasant. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So that's the appearance of Naranarayan. Yeah, you might have heard about this. Divyavadhyanta turyani petuha kusum vristayah Munyastu stu astu sta Jagur Gandharva Kinnaraha Nityantishma Striyo Devya Asit Param Mangalam Deva Brahmadaya Sarve Upatastura Bhistave. So in the heavenly planets, bands began to play and they showered flowers from the sky. The pacified sages chanted Vedic prayers. The denizens of heaven, known as the Gandharvas and Kinnaras, sang. The beautiful damsels of the heavenly planets danced. And in this way, at the time of the appearance of Nar Narayan, all signs of good fortune were visible. Just at that time, great demigods like Lord Brahma also offered their respectful prayers. Yeah. So when Nar Narayan, avatar of Lord Vishnu, born, then even Lord Brahma is offering his prayers. Yeah. Ajay?
Sure. Deva Uchu. Yo Mayaha Virichitam Nijayatmanidam Khe Rup Bhed Miv Tattva Pratikshanay Iten Dharma Sadhane Rishi Murti Nadya Pradushkar Purushaya Namah Parasmau. The demigod said, "Let us offer our respectful obeisance unto the transcendental personality of Godhead, who created as his external energy this cosmic manifestation, which is situated in him as the air and clouds are situated in space, and who has now appeared in form of Nar Narayan Rishi in the house of Dharma." Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. There's a Nar Narayan Rishi in the house of Dharma. So, Lord Brahma is praying. That's it says the universal form of the Lord is the cosmic manifestation, which is an exhibition of the external energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So as we have read again and again, right, this whole universe has been created using the external energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then we have the internal energy, which is the whole spiritual world, right? And there is also the marginal energy. And it also says, like in space, there are innumerable variety of planets and also the air. And in the air, there are variously colored clouds. And sometimes we see planes running from one place to another. It's talking about like the planes running from like different planets, right? And thus the entire cosmic manifestation is full of variety. But actually that variety is manifestation of the external energy of the Supreme Lord. And that energy is also situated within Supreme Lord himself. Yeah. So that's how Narayan is born there. So, it says that essentially what we see also here, reflection of the spiritual varieties. Here the word Pratikshanya, there are varieties, announces the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead who appeared as Narayan Rishi and who is the origin of all varieties of material nature. Yeah. So I think we are going to pause here. Bolo Narayan Rishi ki Jai. And
Jai.
so I think this chapter is essentially talking about descendants of Shambhu Manu. Yeah, as we are reading about all daughters, 9 daughters, all the Rishi Munis. So I think at least nice to gain this knowledge of how the Rishi Munis have been have come into existence, right? So very nice. We are going to pause here. Siksha Prabhu, you want to say anything? Okay. So actually today, we'll hear Narayan Strota. Yeah, it's 6 to it's like kind of 5 minutes. So we are going to hear that. Yeah. And then we'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. We'll continue reading this.
जगतो जननं हि पालनं प्रलयं चापि करोषि नित्यदा रजसा तमसा च सत्त्वतो नरनारायण देव पाहि माम् ऋषिरूपधरं तपश्चरं यवमन्येत कदापि कश्चन स भवेत् सततं च नारकी नरनारायण देव पाहि माम् तव मूर्तिरियं सुखाप्तये जनतायाः किल तापशान्तये मरणस्य जयाय नित्यदा नरनारायण देव पाहि माम् जगदन्यतनुस्तथावितुं धरसि त्वं च युगे युगेऽद्य वै हरिकृष्णतनुस्त्वया धृता नरनारायण देव पाहि माम् विदिशम्भुमुखामरव्रज शरणौ ते सततं समर्चते परमादरतश्च चिन्तति नरनारायण देव पाहि माम् नरनारायण देव पाहि माम् नरनारायण देव पाहि माम्
So nice Strotam, right? Narayan
Yeah.
Bhagavan. And so, right? Hare Krishna. We'll see you tomorrow at 10. Yeah?
Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.